Imagine thousands of tiny stingers targeting you at once. No escape, no mercy. This is what it feels like to be swarmed by killer bees. Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is titled, What It Feels Like to Be Swarmed by Killer Bees. And yes, just saying it out loud gives me chills. Caught in a killer bee attack, you either run or die. In the next few minutes, we're going to dive into what happens to your body when hundreds of bees attack at the same time. Why killer bees are so much more dangerous than regular honeybees. Real stories of people who've been caught in swarms, some who survived, and others who weren't so lucky. And finally, we'll break down what you should do if you ever find yourself in this nightmare scenario. Stick around, because by the end, you'll understand why facing a swarm of killer bees is one of nature's most terrifying ordeals. Before we jump into the horror of the swarm itself, let's quickly explain what we mean by killer bees. Killer bees, also known as Africanized honeybees, were created in the 1950s when scientists in Brazil crossbred African bees with European honeybees to improve honey production. But something went wrong. The hybrid bees escaped captivity, spread across South and Central America, and eventually made their way into the United States. Now here's the difference. Africanized bees aren't deadlier per sting. Their venom is almost identical to that of a regular honeybee. What makes them terrifying is their behavior. They're hyper-aggressive, attack in massive numbers, and will chase a threat for up to a quarter mile. So when people say killer bees, they don't mean a super venom bee, they mean a bee that brings an army. Picture this. You're hiking, mowing your lawn, or maybe just walking your dog near a flowering bush. Suddenly, you feel one sharp sting on your arm, then another on your neck. You swat instinctively. Big mistake. In seconds, you hear it, a rising, furious buzzing that seems to come from everywhere at once. Dozens, then hundreds of bees are in the air, locking onto you as their target. When killer bees swarm, they don't just sting and leave. They attack in coordinated waves, covering your head, your arms, your legs, any exposed skin. Even your mouth, nose, and ears can be invaded. Victims describe it as being hit with hundreds of red-hot needles, all at once, with no time to catch your breath. Your heart races, panic sets in, and the worst part, the more you fight back, the angrier they become. So what does it actually feel like physically? Let's break it down. The first few stings feel like sharp jolts, like being stabbed with tiny burning needles. Each sting delivers venom that causes immediate pain, redness, and swelling. But it's not just about one sting. Victims of killer bee attacks can be stung hundreds, even thousands of times in a matter of minutes. As venom builds up in your system, the effects compound. Burning pain. Each new sting adds another flare of fire across your skin. Swelling. Your face can balloon. Your eyes can swell shut. And breathing may become difficult as airways constrict. Systemic reactions. For some, the venom overload causes nausea, dizziness, muscle weakness, and even kidney failure. For people allergic to bee venom, just one sting can be life-threatening. Multiply that by hundreds, and it becomes a full-blown medical emergency. Imagine your body going into shock, your nervous system overwhelmed, while the assault doesn't let up. That's why swarms kill. This isn't just theory. It's happened many times. In 2013, an Arizona man was stung more than 1,000 times while working outside his home. He survived but needed weeks of medical treatment. His rescuers described his body as literally covered in bees. In Texas, a farmer once lost 2 horses in a matter of minutes when a hive was disturbed. Both animals collapsed after hundreds of stings, showing just how quickly these swarms can overwhelm even large creatures. These stories aren't rare. Each year, dozens of attacks across the Americas end in hospitalization and sometimes death. Beyond the physical pain, there's the psychological horror. Being swarmed isn't just painful, it's overwhelming. The sound alone, that deafening buzz surrounding you, triggers primal fear. You can't see clearly. You can't hear yourself think, and every instinct screams at you to run. Survivors often describe it as feeling trapped in a living nightmare, where escape seems impossible and your own body becomes the battlefield. So, can you survive a swarm? Yes, but only with quick action. Experts say your best chance is to 1. Run in a straight line. Don't swat or stop. Just move. 2. Seek shelter. Get indoors or into a vehicle as fast as possible. 3. Cover your face. Protect your mouth, eyes, and nose. Bees target these areas relentlessly. Jumping into water won't work. The bees will hover above and wait for you to surface. Speed and shelter are your only real defenses. So let's rewind. What it feels like to be swarmed by killer bees. It's pain on a massive scale, panic that builds second by second, and a life-threatening storm of venom. But here's the scariest part. These bees aren't going away. They spread across the Americas, and encounters are becoming more common every year. So the next time you hear that angry buzz, remember, you don't need to fight, you just need to run. Thanks for watching. If you found this breakdown fascinating or terrifying, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more deep dives into deadly encounters, and drop a comment. Would you rather face one bear or 10,000 killer bees?